This conference will now be recorded.
So how many of you have gone through my demo recording already here? No one? Johnny?
Nobody.
I
No.
started that one, but got into something else, so
Okay,
I could not see it fully.
okay. So it's better to take a demo session today, right? Without demo session, we cannot move forward, right? So let
Yeah.
me have a demo. So how it works and everything I will tell you, right? So here I can see Mayuri. Mayuri, Johnny, background noise. Can you please mute your mic, Johnny? Yes, sir, thank you. So Mayuri, may I know who is the coordinator for you? Quickly. Satish, who is the coordinator? Satish, please unmute your mic and respond quickly. Devi, Mayuri, and Satish, can you please respond quick?
Hi Sujat, this is Kiran from Mind Magics.
Yes, Kiran.
Yes, our participant is Devi48. Okay?
Devi 48, right?
Yes.
Okay.
Only one participant from Mind Magics.
Okay, that's great.
Yeah. Thank you, Sujat.
Thank you. Mayuri and Satish, can you please respond quickly?
Yeah. Devi sent me the link. I'm also interested for this course, so she sent me the demo link.
That's great. Okay. Satish,
Yeah, the same thing. Today I
who
got
has given?
invited by, I'm not sure, but the phone number ends with 3344.
Okay.
I don't remember his name.
I think Mahesh or Baji, I guess.
I'm not sure actually.
Okay. Komala and Taufik, you're from JMZ, right?
Yes.
In the afternoon,
Yes.
okay.
Yeah, afternoon.
You just want
2
to
o'clock.
hear to the first two sessions, correct? Which you missed in
Yeah.
my corporate
Yeah.
training.
First 2 sessions.
Naveen also, I guess, right? Naveen, Taufik, and Komal.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Okay. Komala, you can mute your mic.
Okay.
Thank you so much. So more or less we have around 9 people here, 9 to 10, 11 people. So remaining guys, organizers, you can drop off. If you want, you can stay back. Otherwise, you can drop off, guys. Right? So let me start the session. So we are going to discuss. See, this demo session purely, I want to discuss about how a training program works. I mean, my training program works. And if anyone gone through my demo video, it's well and good. It will be recap for you again. And if at all not, if it is the first session, and it will be a very good, interesting one, because you will understand what are the topics I'm going to cover and what are the prerequisites required. At the same time, how you will be getting a hands-on experience on a particular tool. So all these things we will discuss in our demo session. So it will be a very basic point to understand, correct? At the same time, whenever you're joining any training program, definitely you need to understand about how you will be getting a hands-on experience on a tool, not only listening to that. And just listening will not help you out. So I want to give a fully hands-on experience training out of my 25 working hours, right? 23 working hours will be on a practical based. That means purely hands-on hands-on practice. How you will get that hands-on experience? Okay, let me discuss about that. So we are discussing about a Mule 4.3. What do you mean by Mule 4.3? Anyone? My sessions should be an interactive sessions at any cost. I want everyone to respond. Please
Mule
unmute.
4.3 is the version, I
Could be a
believe.
version.
Version.
Could be a version.
It is a version of what?
Version of Mule.
Mule 4. Taufik, background noise. Please ensure that there is no background noise from your side.
Okay. I see.
Everyone, please ensure that there is no background noise from your side, because many people are here. People will get some background, some noise disturbance. Please ensure that there is no background noise from your side, right? So what is a Mule 4.3?
Mule 4 is the version and 3 it may changes.
Version of what? Every time I'm selling is a version, or version of what?
No front
Software.
time.
Mm-hmm.
Software. Yes.
Software.
Software. Okay, MuleSoft is a software or a company?
It's a company.
Company.
Company and deliver the software, something to.
Okay.
You will not have company versions, right?
That's what, will not have company version. That's what I'm wondering.
MuleSoft is a vendor.
Okay.
It's a product of that company.
Okay. Product of the company. Very good point. Okay. So for that product versions, you mean to say, correct?
Yes.
Okay. I will tell you. Mule 4.3 is nothing but a Mule runtime version. What do you mean by Mule runtime? What do you mean by Mule runtime?
Currently, we using
Runtime
this.
is
Mule server. It's a Mule server. Okay.
Yes.
Can you please name few servers where we can deploy the applications?
Tomcat.
Okay. Tomcat is the one. Very good.
Eclipse.
No, Eclipse is an IDE.
Okay.
It's an IDE.
Apache.
Integrated development environment to develop your applications like Java applications or Mule applications and any type of applications. Tomcat is a server
Apache.
where we can deploy the
Apache.
applications.
WebLogic and WebSphere.
Yes, exactly. Any other? So these are the
Apache.
application servers and web servers to deploy web applications or any applications. But Mule runtime, is it a server? Can I deploy any Java application on a Mule runtime? It is also a Mule server, no? That is also a server.
Yes.
Can I deploy that?
It's also a server.
No. Every server will have some container, right? Mule container is different when you compare with any application server, right? Containers, every container will be having a different. So why I'm telling all this point here itself in the starting stage itself, you need to understand what is this 4.3 first thing. 4 is the Mule 4. That means Mule version 4 is the latest version we are going to discuss, right? When it was introduced, Mule 4, it was introduced 2.5 years before in 2018, around June, I guess they introduced this one, right? And what about this 3? Actually, we'll call this as the X, Mule 4.x. These are the minor version changes. Okay, it will be keep on changing, right? So when you compare with Mule 3 with a 4, it's a total change. Total change. Maybe the concept may be the same. The look and feel, usage, everything is changed. If you are learning a Mule 4 for the first time, okay, that means you want to work on a Mule for the first time, please go ahead and learn Mule 4, not a Mule 3. When you compare with a Mule 3 with a Mule 4, Mule 3 is a complex structure, right? In Mule 4, why it is so popular? Because of its modularity. What do you mean by modularity? I will explain in the session. What is the modularity? So this is one of the parameter to Mule 4 to get a popularize itself, right? So you may see the buzz from last 1.5 year, 2 years, how MuleSoft is growing forward. Yes or no? At least from last 2-3 months, when you start searching on a Mule, you might have seen a very good buzz on that Mule. Yes or no? When you compare with any other tool, any integration tool, not come across? Have you not come across?
Yes, Sujit.
Yes, right. So guys, please respond. Every session should be, I mean, interactive session, not like only I'm speaking, you listening. Okay, I will be keep on asking questions. Please respond whatever you feel. Right. Next. So understood what is a Mule 4 and 4.x, 4.3 whole story behind this. What is a Mule 4? It's a runtime version. Next. And this demo session is totally divided into 3 parts. First, I will discuss about what are the, how you will be getting a hands-on experience. Then I will talk about what are the topics I'm going to cover. Then last, we'll talk about what are the prerequisites we required for this course, right? So first, we'll go with the, only for the demo session, I will be using a PPT, not for the regular sessions. I will use my pen and a notepad in order to explain about any concept. If you randomly check any of my batch videos, everywhere you have some pictures which I drawn. So whatever I speak, you can see I have drawn that to make you to understand very easily, right? Running the PPT and reading out of the PPT doesn't work for you and for me. So I want everything to write, to draw whatever I speak, so that it will be helpful to you both. Next, let me start with that. So MuleSoft 4.3, which we are going to discuss about Mule Runtime 4.3. And if you are completing my sessions, you can aim for a certification MCD level 1. Okay, then you can ask me what is the level 2? There is no level 2 actually. Maybe in future they may introduce, but as of now there is no level 2. It's a MuleSoft certified developer level 1 is the certification name. And as I said, if anyone gone through my demo video, as I said, I have track record of around 500 to 600 people who attended my sessions till now, okay, and who appeared for the exam parallelly. None of them failed till now in a certification. Okay, that is a streak I'm maintaining. I'm hoping with you as well if you are aiming for a certification. Okay, next. And this is, I said, I have written here 85% and 15% ratio. That means, as I said, out of 25 sessions, 2 sessions are only of a theoretical, remaining all are comes under a practical. So theoretical, okay, that's fine, first 2 sessions only, because in order to make you to understand, tomorrow and day after tomorrow I will talk about theoretically, because I want to understand about what is a Mule, what is an ESB, how it works, why ESB came into the picture, what is the architecture of any point platform, what we are going to discuss about a platform in our sessions. All these things will come under the theoretical first 2 sessions, right? From 3rd session onwards, it will be a purely practical. So is it not audible to all? Is it audible? I got a message. Someone is not able to hear me.
No.
Is it audible?
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah, audible. Audible.
Yes, Rini, if you are not able to audible, okay, how can I convey him? Just let me send a message. Now you are. Is it audible, Srini, now? Please unmute your mic and respond. Okay, that's fine.
Yes, Sujit, you are audible.
Got it. So may I know who is this admin? What is the name of this person? Admin? I can see the display name as admin. May I know who is this? Unknown names will be dismissed from the session. That is the reason I'm asking. May I know the name of this person? Admin? Sorry to say this. Unknown names, who are not recognizable will be dismissed from the session. Yeah. Okay. So where I stopped. Practical. How you will be getting a practical experience? Let me go through. So this is the folder which I'm going to give. This is the folder which I'm going to give, which comprises of many softwares and where I'm going to use in my program. At the same time,
Sujit, sorry to interrupt you. That the admin guy is one of us only.
Is it? Sorry, I would have answered me
Yeah,
at that point
his
of time
name is
only.
Munuswamy. He would have given his computer name as admin. That's what it is confusing you.
Please ask him to add again. I just
Yeah, I'll
dismissed
ask him to join again.
Yeah, he joined again. So
Yes,
right
he
click
has.
on in the GoToMeeting, right click on that, write the name. Ask him to write it. I think it's Munsami. Right click on this and edit the name. It will be helpful to call out also. Okay. Next.
Hello, Muni.
Srini, you can call him personally and you can
explain. I'll convey him personally.
That's fine. Yeah, he edited that name. That's great. Thank you. Okay, see here I am giving some zip files. Okay, where it contains some software. See, it is not a software. AnyPoint Studio is not it is not going to install on your OS. Okay, it's a zip file. It's an application based executable file.
Sujit, sorry to disturb you. This the font size is very small. I mean, can you make it big? I mean, the screen or something.
GoToMeeting. GoToMeeting on the right side, you can see the plus and zoom out and zoom in. Zoom in.
Okay.
There you need to increase. Okay.
Okay. Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. So okay. These are the softwares, and in that zip file you can see Mule for Labs and Workspace. Once you extract this zip file, you will be getting a folder structure like this, where it contains whatever the topic I am going to cover. For every topic, I have created one document. You need to treat this as a requirement, and you need to go. You go back to the AnyPoint Studio and start practicing based on the document. Okay. And I will give a suggestion also how to practice. How to learn what I feel is a good practice. Any which ways we will be getting the recording for all the sessions, right? So any which ways you are not going to do anything when I'm speaking in this 1 hour. So what you will do, just concentrate and listen. Next, going back to home, you watch the video one more time, recollect all the steps, and close the video and open the document. Whatever I speak, everything is there in the document. Treat that as a requirement and start practicing on your own. Okay, this is how you need to practice. Okay, this is the formula we used to, I used to tell to all my candidates. They used to follow that. They're a success. So this is what I'm also expecting from all of you. And assignments on daily basis, I will be giving the assignments. No excuses on the assignments. If even though you are piled up with your work, spend at least half an hour on daily basis apart from my session. 1 month, only 1 month, spend at least for 1.5 hours to 2 hours on this. Definitely you will see the difference from day 1 to day 22 or 25. Okay, subject to how you practice purely. Okay, next. So you need to read this document and you need to practice. So remaining files what I have given here, all are dependency files to my program. Okay, what are the for all of my topics. So what do you need to do? Simply enroll and this folder, download the folder and keep it ready. I will take care of when to use which tool. Okay, when to install which software. Okay, next. Where you will practice, I said by using this by using these folders, by reading this document. Where you will practice, where you will write your Mule application. You might have walk through about a MuleSoft before coming to the sessions, right? Where you will write your logic.
AnyPoint
what?
Platform.
No.
Studio. AnyPoint Studio.
That is specifically asked. AnyPoint Studio.
Sure.
AnyPoint platform is a cloud-based platform. AnyPoint Studio is also part of that platform. Okay. AnyPoint Studio is nothing but an IDE, integrated development environment, like Eclipse. Someone told Eclipse and this one all are similar. Why I'm telling you similar?
So we can write it in any platform like Eclipse or here, or specifically we have to be writing on this platform, AnyPoint Studio.
I will tell you. This AnyPoint Studio is specifically or specially designed by the MuleSoft to create your Mule applications. You can write in Eclipse also, but you need to add this AnyPoint Studio as a plugin to your Eclipse IDE. For that matters, any other platform, you need to add this AnyPoint Studio as a plugin to that one. It's like eating in different way, because there is a straightforward application to develop with some suggestions. While you're writing a code itself, it will give some suggestions in AnyPoint Studio. Already that platform is available to write. Why you want to go with the complex based? Not required, no? So directly we can use AnyPoint Studio itself to create your applications. So meanwhile, I will open the AnyPoint Studio to give you some glance on that. It will take some time for booting up. Meanwhile, you assume that you are going to write your project on AnyPoint Studio. So how our training program will differ from others is, this is the one. There is a zip file, Mule4 Workspace August 2019. Okay. Once you extract that, you can see I will follow start and solution project approach for each and every topic. Suppose I'm explaining about a transformer. Okay, transformer. In the transformer, I have a start and solution project. What is the start and what is solution? By reading the document, you need to import the start project, and it's a skeleton project. It's an empty project, right? So you need to start writing based on the requirement. You need to start practicing on that. If you stuck up somewhere anywhere, while practicing, go to the solution project and refer. Already the answer is given over there according to my requirement. Okay. Still, if you're not able to understand and if you're not able to move forward, in which case I am there to help you out. You can send a mail, whatever the error you are getting to a screenshot, or else daily we are taking the sessions. Tomorrow I will be available for that query. Okay, don't stay there itself. If you have any query, move forward. Whether you understand or not able to understand, please try to understand maximum. If you're not able to understand, also move forward. Okay, don't stop there itself. That is my sincere request for you, right? So now you understood how to get a hands-on experience based on each and every topic what I am discussing. This is the this is the structure you will not get anywhere in the market. Okay, this is the structure I am giving. We worked very hard in order to create the structure. Please utilize this structure for this time. Actually, this is the corporate structure which I prepared. Okay, for the retail batches also I'm using the same. Please make use of this. Everything is in a structured way. Okay, next. This is what I'm talking about. From where you need to download all these things, I will tell you later. And what are the system requirement? System requirements is minimum 8 GB of RAM. Recommendable is 16 GB of RAM size and 2 GHz processor. In order to work with AnyPoint Studio, we require 2 GHz processor, and I preferably Windows 10 machine. These are the 3 system requirements you should have, right? And actually Veteran is my personal domain. Okay, leave about it. And JDK 1.8 nowadays AnyPoint Studio is coming along with the JDK, not required JDK. And AnyPoint Studio, as I said, you no need to worry about all the softwares which I have given as a one-stop solution in this folder itself. You don't need to go to the separate website and no need to download. I already downloaded and give it to you. Just use that. I will show you how to download from the website also. You need to aware of both, right? Next. This is what about system requirements and how to get some hands-on experience on a training in a training period. Any doubts in the first leg? Any doubts in the first leg?
No, Sujit.
Is it clear for all? Is it clear for all?
Yes, clear.
Yes.
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 Shall we move on? Okay, next. What are the topics I'm going to cover? See, it's very strange that if I read out each and every topic, because I don't think so people who are from a Mule background here. Is there anyone from Mule 3? Mule 3 background? Pardon, Anusha?
No.
No. And or else, is there anyone from integration background here?
Yes, I am.
Which tool, Mayuri?
BizTalk server.
BizTalk server. You may
Yes.
relate something to this.
Yes.
Okay. You may relate something, but many of the people may not be aware what I'm reading out. So don't get panic over there, or don't get feeling like you are reading something else, which you are learning something else, which is very new in the market. No, it's very simple. This tool is, trust me, honestly telling, this tool is very, very easy to learn and very easy to use. I worked on many tools. Okay, I'm just telling that this tool is simply superb. Okay, let me talk about that topics what I'm going to cover. So mainly in this fundamental course, we are concentrating on a types of integrations. Okay, in the process we'll see some modules as well, how to use that modules. right? So first we need to so I said out of 25, 2 sessions of a theoretical, first 2 sessions, this is module 1. So Mule ESB introduction. I will just summarize what it is meant for, I will not read out each and every subtopic. In this ESB introduction, we'll talk about what is the point-to-point integration and what are the problems of point-to-point integration and how to overcome the problems of point-to-point integration. That is the reason they introduced an ESB. So in order to understand that, first we need to know what is an ESB, right? So once you understand an ESB, then what is an orchestration concept? These are the common concepts in the integration. Is it not? Someone from integration background? Is it not, Mayuri? I think so, Mayuri. In orchestration, these are our common concepts in integration platform, right? So again, I'm going to give a clear picture on that with a use case, as well as what is a Mule, what is the hierarchy of a Mule application, and what is the any point platform architecture for Mule. Okay, with the pictures, what are the types of applications present in the any point platform architecture also we will discuss. Got it? Next. By completion of the first 2 sessions, you are in a position to understand what is a Mule, where it stands in an organization, and everything. Entire SDLC of your Mule application, you will be thorough with that, right? Next, once you are thorough with that, now we'll start with the practical. First program we will write, like any other language, we'll write hello world. Here also we are going to write some simple text as an output from my Mule application. Let's say hello world or welcome to Mule, any simple text I want to get as an output from my Mule application. For that we need to create a project in an Anypoint Studio, right? In an Anypoint Studio. So we require to install or we require to set up a Anypoint Studio on your machine, right? So in order to set up Anypoint Studio, what are the requirements we require? First we'll discuss about that. And one more thing, you can note it down. One of the prerequisites I will tell you, it's a Maven. What is the Maven project? Okay, what is that Maven? Okay, it's a very big story, I mean, about a Maven, but basics, when I tell about a prerequisite, it's a basic, very basic. What is what? We are not going to create a Maven project and all. By default, all projects in Mule 4 are a Maven projects, nothing but a build tool to create some structure of your project. That's it. So once you create any Mule project on your studio, you will write a logic for that. So while writing a logic, we'll introduce one language called Data View Expression Language. Data View Expression Language. We'll call that as a DWL 2.0. We are using a Data View Language 2.0 in this Mule 4. In Mule 3, they used to have a Mule Expression Language also, but in Mule 4 it is discontinued, right? So by completion of this module 2, you are in a position to understand how to write your Mule application and how to deploy your application, as well as how to debug your code as well. Okay, this session is very important in order to understand down the line of your Mule application, how it works internally. Clearly,
sorry to disturb you. One question, like still the companies are using Mule 3 anywhere, or everyone got updated?
Sorry, these questions I will take in the last, because the flow will be discontinued.
Fine, because I will forget, that's why I'm asking. Anyway, I will try to note it.
Please try to note it down, because the flow will be stopped. That is the only reason. In sessions you can stop me anywhere. Okay, in only demo, because of the flow will be missed. That is the reason I'm asking. Okay,
fine.
In sessions definitely you can stop me wherever you want.
Okay, got it.
Yeah. So whenever you see there is a lab word, you please understand that there is a lab document to practice. This is the lab document I'm talking about. Okay, next. Now you got a hands-on experience how to create a project and how to run the application on Anypoint Studio and all till now. From here onwards, we are going to start with the first module. So I'm going to start with a very abnormal module. Okay, many people many people don't like this module, but I'm putting upfront, because if you learn from little bit criticality to the slow level, it will be very easy. So upfront I'm putting the Java module. So here we need to understand what is a class first. What is a class? Many people may ask me, while before joining you told Java is not required, but here the thing is, you are not going to write any Java class or not writing any methods in that. Some developer has given a class, developed a class and given to you in order to consume as a middleware. If you want to consume the methods present in it, you can use a Java module. Okay, what is this Java module, and what are the connectors present under that module? All these things we will explain in this Java module session, and we have a lab for that. Okay, till now, till module 3, till module Java module, you may use Anypoint Studio to create your applications, and to deploy your application also you may use Anypoint Studio. But these are related to development environment. The same application, if you want to deploy in a production environment, there is no studio to deploy. Where you will deploy? Where you will deploy your Mule applications? We require Mule server. Normally organizations will purchase that, whether it's a cloud or whether it's on-premises, organizations will purchase. We'll talk about the different type of strategies. Here the point is there are four type of deployment strategies. One is on-premises deployment. The server is hosting on a local environment, and the second one is hybrid, which is a combination of on-premises and a cloud. Third one is entire cloud. Fourth one is runtime fabric. That means your private cloud. So here we are going to discuss about the first two strategies: standalone deployment on an on-premises deployment, which is manual process, and hybrid model also. How to register an on-premises server with a runtime manager on a cloud. You may feel this runtime manager, standalone runtime. If you are new to the IT or from AR integration, you may feel these words or these terminologies are a little bit critical to cache. But going forward, you will be habituated to that. I cannot skip these words. These are very important, and definitely you need to learn about it. I cannot skip. So it will be you will be habituated to these terminologies and all. So in a process, we'll see what is standalone, how to deploy the application manually into the standalone local environment. At the same time, how to register the server with the runtime manager. What is this runtime manager? This runtime manager is part of Anypoint platform account. So we need to have an Anypoint platform account. So for training purpose, they have given a 30 days trial version to create Anypoint platform account. Okay, after 30 days, without changing a mail address, so you can change the account. You can create one more account. Okay, all these things I will show you in the session. Next, and one more type of integration, web service consuming. So one more second prerequisite is web services. What are web services and types of web services? Just have a basic knowledge on web services. Not only here, everywhere it is useful. Okay, web services everywhere it is useful. Next, consuming a REST web service. How to consume a REST application and how to consume a SOAP application. All right, okay, because there are two types of web services. What are those? REST and SOAP. As a middleware, you need to consume a third-party REST application. Definitely, the third-party application may expose as a REST or a SOAP. Definitely, you need to know how to consume both, right? So we have two sessions for that: consuming a REST application, consuming a SOAP application by using a Mule application, and we have two labs for that. And file endpoint, and one more type of integration: how to read a file, how to write a file. Any new file is added to that particular directory, how my file endpoint means file module, how my file endpoint is going to trigger, as well as any modification is done or any new file is added to the directory, how my new file endpoint is going to be triggered. So all these things we will see in a file endpoint, and we have a lab session for that too. Next, one more type of integration, database, system-based integration, we'll call it as. So in our program, we are going to use MySQL as a database vendor, which is a third party. Okay, that means which is a open source. And I have given an installer also for that to install your MySQL. You can see the version right now. Maybe the 8.0.23 is the version. You can use any version. Okay, right? And accordingly, you need to configure in your Mule application which version you are using. That I will show you how to configure and all. So Mule is totally about the configurations, mainly about the configurations. Okay, so we'll discuss about database endpoint, how to connect with the database, how to write a query, how to use a database module, and how to externalize the properties to migrate between the different environments, like production environment and development environment or design environment. How to externalize the properties and how to migrate the application dynamically on the environments, right? And once you externalize the properties, how to secure that by using some tool called secure property tool given by MuleSoft. We have a 2 lab sessions for that. And watermarking, this watermarking concept will be discussed in the file endpoint itself. Okay, it's a very big concept again, right? Next, domains. What are domains? By default, all the projects till now are deployed under default domain. First of all, what is a domain? How to create your own domain, and once you create a domain project, how you are going to refer your local projects to domain project. All these things we will see in a domain session, and we have a labs for that. And routing concept, we can call this as a control flow statements as well, right? So we are going to introduce about 2 routers, scatter gather router and choice router. This choice router will be explained with a use case in a consuming a REST application. Okay, and this scatter gather router, we have a separate session on that, and with a very beautiful use case, I will be explaining about the scatter gather router. What and all of the topics covered till now, with that concept and the combination of scatter gather, we are going to create one small project at this point of time. Okay, we will do the transformation, we will send a request concurrently, and we will receive the response. All these things will happen in the scatter gather router concept, and we have a lab session implementing scatter gather means we have a lab session for that. Okay, till now we have seen about the concepts, right? Different type of integration. Now actual data view expression language with the combination of transformer. There is a very powerful tool in Mule called powerful component called transformer. That his name is transform message, where we can write a data view expressions. Data view expressions in the sense data view expression language. With the combination of data view and transformer become a very powerful tool, because you want to convert from one format to another format. With a single click we can convert from one format to another format. So while converting, what are the transformation logic you want to write? All these things you will write in a transformer part, and it's a functional programming. If you are anyone from object oriented programming, this you need to habitate yourself for a functional programming. Okay, we have a 2 dedicated sessions for this transformer and multiple lab sessions also for that. This is transformer 1 and transformer 2. Next, very important, very interesting, and one of my favorite topic in these sessions is exception handling. You may see the exception handling in your respective tools, right? Concept is same everywhere, concept is same, right? But how to handle the exception in Mule by using different strategies like on error continue, on error propagate, error handler, how to raise error, how to catch that exception by using a triscope. All these things we will be seeing with a different kind of a scenarios, and all probabilities I have given in this probability of scenarios I have given in this exception handling, and we have 2 sessions for this, and we have a lab as well. Trust me, if you carefully listen to the session of exception handling 2 sessions, no need to practice also. I covered all probabilities of scenarios. Next, MUnit. Anyone heard about a JUnit here? JUnit. Okay, JUnit is a framework to write some test cases on Java application. Similarly, MuleSoft has given a MUnit to write some test cases for your Mule application, right? So actually the MUnit is not part of a fundamental course. I thought of introducing this in the fundamental because as a developer sometimes you may end up writing in a test cases, right? So either it could be unit testing or integration testing, whatever the testing. By using this framework, how can we write the test cases? Okay, we will show some strategies as well in that, and we have a lab for that and a very beautiful use case in that. Okay, by using that use case we are going to write, and we are going to test that logic, right? Next, this is how, I mean, from here onwards the APIs will start. What is an API? What is the power of an API? And what are the different type of layers present in that API-led connectivity approach? Why API came into the market? Before that, what is the traditional approach? All these things we will discuss. So in a process, we will see what is a system layer, what is an process layer where we write business logic, and where is a experience layer, right, where we can give a different kind of experience to the clients. So with the use case, we are going to explain about these 3 layers, and we'll understand the power of an API and the API-led connectivity approach. Once you understand that, we will start our life cycle of your application. Life cycle means SDLC, software development life cycle. That means for any application, what is the life cycle of any application? First, gathering the requirements. After gathering the requirements, what you will do? We will design the contract. Here, our Mule applications are going to expose as a REST applications. REST means what? Basically REST calls, right? So we are going to expose our application as a REST application. So in order to expose your application as a REST API, we need to use something called RAML. Where we are going to design the RAML file? Under the design center. So all these things we will clearly discuss in our sessions. So in this designing API, we will try to design the contract and we will publish that API onto the exchange in order to communicate within the organization. At the same time, we will share that API on the public portal to make to make sure that client also can access this API, right? And once you do designing part is done, then as a API owner, how you can secure your API or your application? How you can secure? By writing some security logic on your API, where you will write and how to write. All these things we will discuss in a managing APIs. And last but not the least, one more deployment strategy, Cloud Hub deployment. So how to deploy your application onto a Cloud Hub? Already we have seen 2 types of deployment strategies: on-premises, hybrid. This is the Cloud Hub deployment, where everything will be on a cloud, on an AnyPoint platform account. Okay, so why I kept this in the last purposefully, before if you want to deploy application on the Cloud Hub, you need to do some changes at your application level. What are the changes to be done and how to deploy application on the Cloud Hub? All these things we'll see in our session. Okay, this takes us to end of our topics. That is the second leg. Any doubts here? I think I clearly explained about each and every topic what I'm going to cover. Yes. When you come to the third leg, what are the prerequisites for this course? Very simple. As I said, web services is one of the prerequisites. When I said a prerequisite, it's a basic stuff. Web services, like types of web services in that. Next one is Maven. What is a Maven project? Again, the basic. What is an XML structure and what is a JSON structure? If you know 4 basics, it will be a cakewalk for you to understand about the concept. But only thing is, you need to concentrate and listen. Don't think that we have a recording, we'll say that later, we can watch it. Any which is you need to watch it again, right? But when I'm telling, if you concentrate instantly, if you have any query, you can ask me. That is the advantage. Yeah, any questions here in entire part?
Yeah, I asked you before, right? Like version 3 is still in used or it's 4.3?
Version 3 is also still in use for the legacy systems, not for the last 2.5 years almost, who are the projects created, not that part. Right, nowadays Mule already almost all projects are migrated to Mule 4 from 3, because
so
they're
still
going
the
to stop
support is there from Mule for this one, Mule 3.
That's what they are going to stop the support as well in coming 6 months.
Okay. And one more doubt is like, what are the competitors for Mule? I mean, okay, Mule is
many market players are there. Like, can anyone name few market players?
TIBCO.
Apart from you?
Methods, WebSphere.
WebSphere. TIBCO. Yes, very good. TIBCO, Delbumi, Apache Camel. Many are there.
Pega and BizTalk, these are outdated, right?
Yes.
When compared to this web methods and all.
Pardon? Pega
and BizTalk server, these are outdated, right? When compared with MuleSoft and web methods.
Yes. When you compare with the Mule, everything is outdated.
So this comes the first, first place compared to other tools.
We need to check the survey.
Okay, I mean,
Actually,
most of the companies, what is
yes,
the tool they are using it?
yes.
Mule or some other stuff like that?
See, it totally depends on the project, right? Again,
Okay,
nowadays Mule is becoming so popular. Again,
okay,
there will be surveys on that. What are the tools? I mean, you can browse it for that.
okay, got it.
Why it becomes so popular, Sujit? Any
That will be
advantage?
that will be discussed in the section 2.
Fine.
Okay.
Yeah, one
There are
more
many
thing. Sujit,
many parameters.
it is completely. It is completely on the development view. You have explained. You are going to explain, right? Is there anything like admin
No,
activities
no,
on this?
no. It is a purely developer course.
No, do you have something admin process also
No,
on you?
I mean,
Okay.
I'm also searching for that admin course. Anyone who can teach me as well, because there is no
But
such
there is,
course
yeah.
in the universe.
Okay.
I am
No,
not
there is,
connected.
but nobody is there.
Nobody,
Okay.
because admin part is very less. We cannot create a course for that.
No,
If
no,
you
no. I'm not
want,
asking the course. I'm asking, is there any admin concept
I
on
mean,
Mule? I'm just asking.
admin concept
in
is there,
generally,
definitely,
in companies like developer, Mule developer will be separate and Mule admin will be separate for this one.
correct. Yes,
Okay.
yes.
Of course, there
Admins
should
also
be
will be
some
different.
different roles.
Correct. Different roles will be there. See, admin who what he will do, he will create an environment, he will create an what do you call roles, grant access the roles. So these kind of
So
allocating the memory on the cloud platform, all this comes under admin
Yeah,
part.
at least we have the concepts of what admin will perform.
In this course,
Yeah.
no.
Just to know, okay, it is not that to learn, okay, just to know, okay, this is the admin part, this is the developer part, like.
Okay, for as per your requirement, okay, as you requested, while I'm discussing about a cloud hub, I will try to touch upon admin part as well.
Great.
And Sujit, maybe it's a basic question. Is the MuleSoft is a pure middleware software? It has some other added advantages.
See, Mule is not only the ESB, it is also acting as an API management tool.
Okay.
Okay, it's a middleware where we can create an APIs, expose the applications as an API, and we can write the implementations for that, and we can deploy as well. So that's what you are going to see. RAML is nothing but an API. Okay, anyone not aware of what is an API, they are also after end of the sessions, that guy will be in a position to understand what is a RAML, existing API, or else he can create your own API. There is separate certification for RAML. You can clear that certification also. That huge documentation I have given here.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah, got it. Thanks.
Let me stop the recording here.